Hi, this is Asean Now and you're watching the Weekly Wrap. First up, the Malaysian Customs Department has foiled a bid to smuggle more than 300 of the world's most endangered tortoises that were disguised as stones. A total of 325 Indian star tortoises and 5 ploughshare tortoises valued at 1.2 million were found in suitcases at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport on Sunday. The illegal cargo came in from Madagascar and was listed as stones in the airway bill. The live tortoises, which were found sedated, were later handed over to the Peninsular Malaysia Department of Wildlife and Natural Parks. Moving on to Singapore, a fire broke out in Changi Airport's Terminal 2 on Tuesday evening, leading to emergency evacuations and a power outage. Some 40 flights were affected while 6 people were given medical assistance during the incident. The fire broke out in a room holding air conditioning equipment at the terminal, which triggered a fire alarm at 5:40 p.m. The terminal was then evacuated and flights were moved to Terminal 3 and flight operations resumed at 3 in the morning. Next in Indonesia, 2 men in Aceh were given 85 lashes each by a Sharia court on Wednesday for having gay sex. This is the first time the law against homosexuality has been used since it was introduced to the conservative province in 2014. Canings in Aceh are typically conducted using a tin rattan cane in front of a large crowd. Gay sex is not illegal elsewhere in Indonesia, which hosts the world's biggest Muslim population. The men said they would not appeal the verdict. Back to Malaysia, a scuffle took place between a movie producer and an actor only a few feet away from Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. The altercation took place between producer David Teo and comedian Sulaiman Yassin during a public dialogue with artists hosted by Najib in Putrajaya on Wednesday. Sulaiman attempted to slap Teo while he stood up to ask a question. It is believed that Sulaiman was unhappy at the manner in which Teo was speaking. Security personnel quickly intervened as Sulaiman lunged towards Teo and escorted both men out of the hall. They later returned on stage and shook hands. Teo later explained that he was actually talking to the moderator of the program and had no intention of being rude to the Prime Minister. Lastly, in the Philippines, President Rodrigo Duterte said he would push for the inclusion of Turkey and Mongolia into the Association of Southeast Asian Nations despite the glaring geographical concerns. On Tuesday, Duterte, who is ASEAN chairman this year, said leaders of Mongolia and Turkey expressed their interest in joining the regional organisation during a summit in China. When Myanmar's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi asked if Duterte had considered geography in deciding to sponsor the memberships, Duterte said he considered the two nations as part of the region. Geographic location is the first criterion for ASEAN membership, along with recognition by other members. We now head over to Bangkok with our Thailand partner Nation TV for the latest roundup from the northern ASEAN region.
Thank you, KL, for your updates. And now let's take a look here over the past week in the Northern ASEAN region. Starting off with Thailand, as Facebook remains accessible in the country after a deadline set by the military government on May 16, 10 a.m. local time in Bangkok had passed. Thailand's Internet Service Provider Association, or TISPA, said that the social media giant will not remove illicit content until it receives proper court warrants. News reports say that the request was sent to the managing director of Facebook Thailand with 131 URLs deemed inappropriate. A Facebook spokesperson told an American media that the company will review requests such as that by the Thai government and remove content that violates the law. Moving on to our next top story, as Vietnam wants the Lao government to reconsider the Pak Bung hydropower project as its environmental impact will severely affect the Mekong Delta. Experts warned that the Mekong Delta will disappear in the next several decades once Pak Bung Dam and another 10 planned hydropower dams are built on the Mekong River in Laos and Cambodia. Vietnam says that it wants all upstream Mekong River nations to adopt proper policies in exploiting the river, especially in hydropower dam construction, in order to ensure rights for downstream nations like Vietnam. The Laotian government plans to start building the dam by the end of this year and have it operational by 2024. And now let's take a look at Myanmar, as overseas gold exchange operators have offered support to the Myanmar government. The operators of gold exchange in Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Singapore have offered the Myanmar government professional and technical support in order to establish a bourse in the country for trading the precious. At present, gold are being smuggled abroad as the metal is still on the list of restricted goods. Myanmar is currently trying to establish one with external support, and discussions are taking place. On to the next story in Cambodia, as Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen announced that the hydroelectric dam in Serteng Treng province is set for completion in September, touting the contentious project's lack of social and environmental repercussions. The Prime Minister's statement has been quickly rebutted by environmentalists, including the head of an NGO, who says that the Hun Sen's announcement was misleading. The NGO head also said that the dam is expected to displace 5,000 people and significantly disturb the fisheries upon which millions of people rely. And last but not least, a senior Lao government official handed crowns to two Thai beauty queens in a recent event held in Thai province of Nong Khai. The crowns were presented to Miss Grand Nong Khai and Bungkan 2017 at a contest held in Thailand on May 13. The aim of inviting the senior Lao official to be present at the event was to enhance the existing friendly relations between the people of Laos and Thailand. And that's it for this episode of ASEAN Wrap from the Northern ASEAN region. This has been Sathapat Pathong, and now back to Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you, Bangkok, and thanks for watching. I'm Dina Murad. Have a good day.